It was a gloomy afternoon when Sarah, a teenager known for her spoiled behavior, stormed into her family's mansion. She had just returned from a shopping spree, her arms laden with bags, her face twisted in frustration. The moment she stepped inside, she spotted Anna, the family's loyal servant, dusting the grand chandelier in the living room. "Ugh, Anna, do you have to be here all the time? You're always in the way." Sarah scoffed, throwing her bags onto the sofa. Anna, a middle-aged woman with a kind smile and quiet demeanor, looked up and simply nodded. "I'm sorry, Miss Sarah. I'll make sure to finish quickly." Sarah rolled her eyes. She had always treated Anna with disdain, never understanding the struggles the woman went through to take care of the house. She was just another part of the background that Sarah barely noticed. But something about Anna's soft-spoken ways irritated Sarah. She couldn't stand how patient Anna was, how she never seemed to get upset or angry. Anna always maintained a calm, serene presence, while Sarah was always quick to judge, criticize, and complain. Later that evening, when the family sat down for dinner, Sarah's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell, noticed her attitude. "Sarah, what's wrong with you today?" her mother asked, looking up from her plate. "I'm just tired of everything," Sarah muttered, stabbing her food with her fork. "Everything feels so fake here. The mansion, the people. Even Anna is so fake with her forced kindness." Her father, Mr. Mitchell, sighed deeply. "Sarah, you have to understand that kindness is something that comes from the heart. It's not something you force. And Anna, she may not have much, but she does everything with love and care." Sarah scoffed again. "Love and care. Please, Dad, she's just a servant. What does she know about real life?" Unbeknownst to Sarah, Anna had overheard the conversation. She quietly slipped out of the room, her heart heavy with Sarah's words, but she didn't let it show. She knew that the girl had a lot to learn, but she also knew she couldn't change her all at once. It would take time. The next day, something unexpected happened. Sarah came down for breakfast to find Anna standing by the door with a beautiful bouquet of roses in her hands. "Good morning, Miss Sarah," Anna said with a warm smile. "I thought you might like these." Sarah blinked in surprise. "Why would you give me flowers? What's the catch?" Anna's smile remained unchanged. "No catch, Miss Sarah. Just a gesture of kindness." Sarah stared at her, unsure of how to respond. Why would Anna, of all people, do something so nice? She was the last person Sarah expected to show any kind of kindness. "Thank you," Sarah muttered, taking the flowers from Anna. "But I don't get it. Why do you always act so nice, even when I treat you badly?" Anna paused for a moment, her eyes reflecting a deep sadness. "Miss Sarah, when you live a life of service, you learn that kindness doesn't depend on how others treat you. It's something you give freely, without expecting anything in return." Sarah felt a twinge of guilt, but she quickly brushed it aside. "Yeah, right," she muttered, turning away. But as the day wore on, Sarah couldn't shake the thought of Anna's words. What did Anna mean? Was kindness really that simple? Sarah had never really thought about it. In her world, everything had always been about getting what she wanted. She never had to give anything in return. As days passed, Anna's kindness didn't stop. She continued to do small acts of kindness, always with a smile, even when Sarah treated her with disdain. Anna would greet Sarah with warmth every morning, serve her meals with care, and offer her help without being asked. But despite all this, Sarah remained indifferent, convinced that it was all part of Anna's job. Then, one day, when Sarah was in the garden, she overheard a conversation between her parents and Anna that would change everything. Anna was sitting in the garden, speaking softly with Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell. Sarah, curious, hid behind a bush to eavesdrop. "I'm afraid my time here is coming to an end," Anna said, her voice tinged with sadness. "I've received an offer from another family. It's a chance for me to start a new life." Sarah's heart skipped a beat. She had never imagined Anna would leave. Anna was always there, always around. The thought of her not being there was strange. "You'll be missed, Anna," Mrs. Mitchell said, her voice soft. "You've become like family to us." Anna smiled gently. "Thank you, Mrs. Mitchell. But sometimes it's time to move on." Sarah's mind raced. Was Anna really leaving? Why did it matter to her so much? She had always treated Anna poorly. She didn't deserve Anna's kindness. Later that night, as Sarah sat alone in her room, her mind kept returning to the conversation she had overheard. She realized something. She had taken Anna's kindness for granted. She had never truly appreciated it. And now it might be too late. The next morning, Sarah rushed downstairs. She couldn't let Anna leave without saying something. She found her in the kitchen, packing her things. "Anna, wait," Sarah called, her voice shaking. I want to apologize." Anna turned around, her eyes surprised but warm. "Miss Sarah, I've been rude to you," Sarah continued, her voice cracking. "And I never realized how much your kindness meant. I'm sorry for everything." Anna's face softened, and she walked over to Sarah, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "It's never too late to change, Miss Sarah. Kindness is something you carry with you, no matter where you go. And you, my dear, are capable of it." Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes as she hugged Anna tightly. "I don't want you to go," she whispered. "I need you to stay." Anna smiled softly. "I'll stay for as long as you need me. But remember, kindness starts with you. It's your heart that will make a difference in the world." And just like that, Sarah's world began to change. She learned that kindness was not something to be taken for granted. It was something that, when given freely, could touch hearts and transform lives. From that day forward, Sarah treated everyone, including Anna, with the respect and kindness they deserved.